Hello Westford, I'm George Cox and this is your WestfordCAT news for the week of September 16th, 2014. We start off with news from the former site of Eric's and Drew Gardens on Boston Road, now known as CNS Mustard Scene. Our very own Andrew Sylvia has more on the story.
Here at the former site of Eric's in Boston Road, these piles of compost have been a major issue for residents over the past few months. The site's now run by CNS Mustard Scene owner Nancy Morton. She says the piles are going away. We talked to her to find out what's going on. This used to be where the winter farmers market was. Now you're saying you have your own personal farmers market here at Mustard Scene. Tell us about that.
That's correct. We grow pretty much all these vegetables out in our fields. They're all organic grown. The only thing we don't grow is the fruit, which we bring in from a local farm.
Nancy, these piles behind us have been talk around town for the past few months, and you said that they're leaving today at the beginning of September. Tell us about that.
Actually, we've been moving it because we had to. It has to be tilled because it's compost and it has to be moved with water and break it down, everything else. But as of today, or by tomorrow, all that will be off the conservation land list and on the appropriate property over here. So it'll be all completely cleared.
Have you been talking with the town and the Drew Gardens Task Force about the future of this property? What's the update on that?
Not really. I've actually missed a meeting. There's supposed to be another meeting shortly, which I plan to attend, but I was in the hospital, so I missed that. I missed a lot of the meetings, but I've been in touch to keep anyone that comes in. We've been updating all the businesses people and just letting them know everything that's happening here.
This property and the one across the streets has been known as the gateway to Westford since it's so close to 495. It's such a part of town. What do you foresee for the future of this property and for the future of your business?
What we do is we're trying to connect the community to keep it a beautiful area so it makes a beautiful entrance when people enter Westford. Trying to connect people with the environment. We're actually working with individuals that will do volunteer work here, keeping the gardens a nursery, and just having, we're even working on the marketplace to see if we can get the market that's down in the community here in the winter, because a lot of people seem to like that. But Christmas trees, pumpkins, bales of hay, and all that such will be here. And right now we're in the middle of mum season.
And has the town been cooperative with you in terms of wanting to do that? What's their thoughts been so far in terms of their plans?
Actually, when I first came, it was very harsh because of the history, but it seems like that a lot of the people in the town hall have actually come down and working with me as we proceed on working with our permits. And like I said, majority of we are doing everything and that is required in making everything, fitting all the regulations.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Although much of the compost has been moved to its new location on the lot, some still remains at its original location. As the town deliberates on what to do with the property, we'll keep an eye on the story and provide you with further updates as they become available. Red Hat welcomed Governor Deval Patrick last week for the official ribbon cutting of their facility's new $52 million expansion. Patrick was joined by several other dignitaries from Red Hat and state government, noting it was just the latest event in a string of high-tech business expansions that have brought Massachusetts' unemployment rates lower than the national average. The expansion, which began in 2012, is expected to add an additional 181 new high-tech jobs to Westford, in addition to over 200 already at the facility. Last week marked the 13th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and Westford commemorated the solemn occasion with a ceremony led by Town Manager Jody Ross and Westford Fire Department Lieutenant Donald Parsons. At the same time on the town common, Ellen Hardy read lists naming the victims, which each list beginning 13 years to the date of each plane crash on 9/11.
Stephen Patrick Cherry was 41 and was also from Stamford, died at the World Trade Center. Jeffrey Cloud was 36 from Stamford. All of these died at the World Trade Center. Kevin Connors, 55 from Greenwich. Joseph J. Cupo Jr., 47 from New Canaan. Paul Dario Curioli, age 53 from Norwalk, Connecticut, died at the World Trade Towers. Also 53 years old, John Bruce Eagleson from Middlefield, Connecticut.
The ceremony was just the latest Westford has held in the past several years. following the commemoration of the 9/11 bench on the town common during the 10th anniversary of the event, and a statue that included parts of the World Trade Center that was unveiled last summer. Westford Academy football season again. The Academy stumbled out of the gate with 2 early losses to Merrimack Valley Conference powerhouses. After an early deadlock, the Red Raiders of Lowell scored 6 unanswered touchdowns in their 33-6 victory over Westford in Week 1. The Ghosts were unable to rebound in their home opener, succumbing to Chelmsford by a score of 31-0. Westford will begin its Dual County League season at home on September 27th as they host their arch rivals, the Colonials of Acton-Boxborough. Members of numerous town boards and various town employees gathered at the police station training room last week to hear reports from a study commissioned to assess what improvements needed to be made to the town facilities. The meeting also represented the first meeting broadcast live to the WestfordCAT studios from the police station training room. The school year is underway and the school committee finalized its goals for the superintendent as well as goals for the assistant superintendent. At first, near the end of discussion over the goals, debate arose over just how good the Westford school systems are. Despite the fact that Westford's considered a Level 2 instead of a Level 1 district regarding accountability and assistance guidelines, school committee member David Keel said that Westford schools should still be proud of their accomplishments.
There'll be some committee members that'll roll their eyes at this comment, so I'll prepare you for it. I hear so much of where are we going to go, where are we going to go, where are we going to go. Bill, what's the graduation rate of our school system?
Well, it's about 93, 94%.
It's the highest in the Boston.
The highest in the Boston area. So we graduate more of our students, and they go on to college completely prepared. And we continue to wonder, where are we going? Well, I would suggest to many members we are there.
School committee member Margaret Murray responded by saying Westford should always seek to improve.
I think that when we stop, that those districts and those entities and those people who believe that they've achieved what they need to achieve and stop wondering how can I better myself, how can I do a better job at every single thing that I do, really risk the falling backwards. And I remember as a kid hearing GM too big to fail and things like that, and I never ever want any one of us on this committee or in this district to stop believing that there is a better way through technology or some other means.
Please visit westfordma.gov for a full listing of school committee meetings on the town calendar. This year marks the 75th anniversary of Kimble Farm right here in Westford. And in honor of the occasion, we wanted to meet with the man who helps care for the animals at a soon-to-be-expanded wildlife facility in Bolton, Mass. Andrew Sylvia was on location, and here's what he had to say.
I'm here at Animal Adventures here in Bolton with Ed Laquadera. Ed, you're the head animal trainer for Kimble Farm, that's right?
Yes, about 7 years ago or so, we opened up a tent at Kimble Farm, and we have a little space right before you get to the driving range. It's been awesome working up there.
So how long have you been out there?
The permanent exhibit, the seasonal exhibit, I think this is our 7th season, but we've been doing corporate events and things at Kimball's for over 15 years. So it's been good.
What's it take to be an animal trainer? I saw a sign there earlier this year saying not to feed the goats because the goats are a little bit overweight. Have the goats got their weight problem under control?
Oh, the goats at Kimball's are owned by them, but goats get overweight real easy. Our goats here, we get produce donated to us, and goats will fatten up quick. So yeah, with goats, just got to cut back their grain a little bit, and they're fine, you know.
So they're doing okay from what you heard, what you've seen?
Yeah, from what I've seen, everything looks great there, you know. So not as good as their ice cream, but still looks great.
So let's meet some of your animals here. Could you show us around?
Yeah, sure. It'll take a few minutes. Behind us, we just have our farm animals, and a lot of people may not realize what we do, but we take in unwanted animals, and we take in at least 2,000 animals a year come our way. Snakes, lizards, turtles, farm animals, everything but domestic or local wildlife. If somebody can't find a home for it, rather than having them get hurt or release it, which they shouldn't do, we'll take it in and then we try to place it in another home. When we can't place it, then we end up keeping it. And right now there's over 800 animals on this property. So we have some of the goats were born here. People drop them off, and then they decide that they want to have children. And we got Horton, my oldest pig. He's 14 in his disgusting mud puddle. We just took in a new pig. It's around here somewhere. Willow. She's probably sleeping in the barn. Then we have ducks and pheasants and chickens and all kinds of things. Always under construction, always trying to improve. This is our reptile house. We had them shut off all the filters and things because they make a lot of noise. But this is our anaconda right here, Jezebel. She is almost 17 feet long, and she's probably right around the 200-pound mark, and she's just a massive, beautiful snake. This here is a reticulated python. He's our longest snake. He's just over 21 feet long. And that was a gift I got for my wife on her 30th birthday, so I can't tell you how old that snake is now. Then over here we have Jekyll. He's an Asian water monitor. I took him in as a baby close to 10 years ago. And he's about 6 feet with his tail. He's got a beautiful exhibit to climb and swim, and he kicks dirt in his pond all the time and rocks, but he's a really really beautiful animal. That's an Asian water monitor. This is my favorite animal on the property. He makes a mess all the time. This is Sobek. He's a African Nile crocodile. And right now he's close to around 9 feet, and he'll grow about 18 feet long, and these guys have been known to top 2,000 pounds. So it's a beautiful animal. When we feed him, we have a little step we step on, and he can jump up to about here. We're about to cover this top part just because he's jumping higher faster than we thought he would. A beautiful animal. Those are the ones that eat the wildebeest and zebras and gazelles, and just an incredible creature. And you'll see there's a lot of alligators in a small area, and this is necessary. This is what we call an overcrowding method. Alligators are very territorial, so if we don't have enough alligators in there, then one of the big males will start to kill everything, and he'll claim it as a territory. So what you do is you put so many alligators in there, plus we don't have any other place to put them, that you put so many in there that one can't claim it as a territory. This area here used to be my home right here behind me, and this was my kid's yard. Was a warehouse we converted to a home. We recently just moved next door. We needed more animal space, and the house next door became available, so it worked out perfectly. Saturday the 13th, this will all be open to the public. I've already power washed the kids' castle and told them that it's staying here for other kids to use. We'll have picnic tables coming in, all kinds of games, so people can come here now. More of a destination. Come, take a tour, watch a show. We have 3 daily shows, and then sit down and have a nice lunch and things like that. So this will all be looking beautiful in a few days.
I'm guessing this isn't really, any of the animals here aren't really pets. Is that true?
Yeah, we love them like pets, but we can't treat them like pets. We do go in and interact with them. It's good for him. We have to make sure he's healthy, and check their body, especially outside, make sure they don't have ticks and things like that. But yeah, as far as pets, to each their own. I'm not against people owning exotic animals, but the laws in New England are very clear and very strict, and something like that could not live in somebody's house,
And I've also seen you before at the J.B. Fletcher Library showing a few of your animals off. Do you go to Westford often? Do you have a lot of events in Westford?
Yeah, we do. As we talked...
Other than Kimble Farm?
Of course, that's our big one. But we do the Westford 4-H Fair. Years ago, our company made a conscious decision not to do a lot of the bigger fairs. It was, in my opinion, it's just a lot of... I love the fairs, but it's a lot of stress on the animals. It's hard to explain to thousands of people that the animals are in temporary exhibits. It just got to be a hassle. But the people at the 4-H Fair in Westford are just unbelievable people to work with. I love the traditional 4-H Fair. My wife grew up in Texas doing 4-H Fair. So any 4-H fairs like that we can get involved in, we do. And we've been working with the Westford 4-H Fair for over a dozen years now.
And what's the best way to get here from Westford?
Westford 495, heading south to exit 27. Get off the exit, go right across 117, and we're 1.7 miles on the left. Animaladventures.net.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Ed.
Well, my pleasure.
You can visit Animal Adventures on the web at animaladventures.net. Thank you for joining us today at our very first show. And in case you didn't know, you can make your own TV show right here in WestfordCAT. Join us for our new producer orientation September 30th from 6:30 to 8:30 for the first of 3 classes throughout the months of September and October. Don't watch TV, make it. For more information, visit our website at westfordcat.org. For all of us at WestfordCAT, we want to thank you for watching. I'm George Cox. Remember, this is your community, your station.